Now then, so finally back to Pro Rank, and I'm just looking to push a little bit this season. So I'm looking to play decks that are strong, less meme kind of decks, just because I do want to get my MMR up there a little bit. So I'm playing some Jackpot Bounty, and the sort of reason I'm playing it in Jackpot is firstly I wanted to try it out, and I think there's some interactions that kind of work, and I'm not totally sold on Line Pockets. It is a very strong deck, don't get me wrong, a very, very strong deck, but there's some like kind of anti-synergy there, in sort of the way it's set up. It feels really clunky to use, doesn't feel quite right, and it has a few drawbacks, which I'll kind of talk about, which I've tried to address with this list instead. So I think one of the main drawbacks it has is nearly all of its value comes from Horson's Freak Show and Tunnel Drill surviving. But the problem you kind of face is that it'll take 5 points of damage to remove them, and you get that big swing turn when they deal a ton of damage. But beyond that, a lot of decks can deal with them. I mean, even relics can deal with them. Whereas in Jackpot, Horson's Freak Show, if it comes down on 9 coins, bumps itself up to be 6 power, 1 armor, so 7 damage, a lot harder to kill. And instead, we can throw in Executioners, so we have more of a way to deal with bounted units without needing those big swing turns. We're a lot more flexible in that kind of way. We have multiple ways to kind of deal with that. It also kind of lacks toll removal. It does have poisons, but the problem is a lot of people run purifiers and things like that. So we put Mariels in. I'm not super happy with it, but I'm not a huge fan of relying on the poisons for a toll removal. And Karathi has massive anti-synergy with Bounty because it doesn't trigger the Bounty when it kills something. So that's why we've got the Mariels in there, and he's slightly cheaper than Karathi, so Jackpot has low provisions, so it works out. And so what we're really looking to do is we kind of have our cheap bronze engine kind of stuff, and then a lot of very, very big top ends that's going to set up a lot of bounties, get us a ton of value. Uh, and I also wanted to talk about one of the cards in here, which you won't see that often, which is Fabian Hale. Now, you would not use this in land pockets, but the reason I'm using it in this list is it actually works pretty well. I did, just to triple check before the video, I did go into a game against the AI to double check the interaction worked the way I thought it would, and it does. So if you've not seen what Fabian Hill does, he places a bounty on an enemy unit, and if an enemy unit already has bounty, you gain coins equal to its base power instead. So what goes on here is what can happen is if you set a bounty through like Witchfinder and you're not particularly happy with the unit it's given, say if you come up against a Mamuna, for example, that's like 11 points and that's got bounty, don't feel too good to kill that because you only get 2 coins as a sort of return. So with Fabian Hale, you can pass over the bounty to something you want to kill, and it works correctly with Jackpot in that if you sort of move the bounty, it's basically the same as killing the unit because you get all those coins and he actually boosts himself if those coins go over your max, which is the problem you can face with bounty and jackpot is a lot of your value comes from generation of coins, but you don't get the over profit you do with typical jackpot stuff. So I really like that in the list. It's basically a pseudo payoff on bounties. So I'll go into the games. I do think this list is strong, but a lot of that is down to Syndicate just being pretty strong at the moment. Also, there probably will be a video on Tuesday. Um, when this video is live, I'm actually away from home at the moment, having a bit of a long weekend away with my family, and I get back like probably late on Monday, so video will either be out very late on Tuesday or sort of midday Wednesday. Kind of depends if I get the time to record when I'm back and that kind of stuff. So yeah, enough rambling on, and I'll get into the games. This is the test, right? We're against land pockets. I think we do okay. I think we do okay. Because we have ways of dealing with what they're looking to do, which I didn't explain very well. So I'll just do my mulligans and I'll elaborate a little bit. So what I mean is, the two things we have to worry about is Freakshow and Tunnel Drill. Once we deal with those, there's the other mid-rangey stuff, but by and large, that's kind of the big stuff. So Professor deals with one of those. We hold our Horson until it kind of sets up to deal with the other one. The job's kind of a good one. Job is a good one. We don't actually have a spender, which I really don't like. Like the Scoundrel is like a spender, but it's kind of because I don't think we really get away with playing it this round. Is a little bit awkward in terms of coins, just because we don't really have the spenders. We have the Horde. You really don't want to be using Freakshow. It's probably Scoundrel. Okay, it's Diversion.
Transformation robs them of speech.
I like sort of playing into this, getting both of these ticking up. We can go for a Mutants Maker and then a Tax Collector, so then we go up to 9, do the thinning. We got Sewer Raiders for more thinning. I mean, we got 2 points of 10. It kind of needs answering. That's definitely an answer. It's a bit excessive though. Little bit excessive.
Perhaps a different degree. An active one.
Well, I mean, if they want it uneven, which is probably what they're going for, is what it is, I guess. And a Professor as well. I don't think I agree with that one too much.
No, dwarves do not qualify for childcare tax relief.
I don't think it can be argued that we've spent a little less this round. Spent a little bit less. Yeah, we can thin these out. Tax Collector's boosting himself, which is really nice. We may be Scoundrel this round. See what we can get out of that. But if we lose this one uneven, like I don't think I mind too much. Do we want to pay to choose? So what they're gonna have? There'll be like poisons. There'll be a Sea Jackal, and just like Crown Splitters. And I don't think any of those is anything we want to snipe. They're reasonable enough snipe, for lack of a better word. Yeah, my mind's kind of changed on the Scoundrel. I think it's kind of a good card. It does require you to have a relatively higher coin point. But, I mean, you don't even necessarily have to play a bounce. Wow. That got the pass. That's surprising, to be fair. That's definitely surprising. But yeah, like, because you can play this at... is there anything higher than... I don't know, I mean, the highest units are realistically like a Griffin, maybe. And at 9 coins you can kill that completely off. Yeah. Alright, enslave. This one's going to be pain. They can stop us pretty efficiently with this. I did leave that last game in. I wasn't going to put it in because it was like a forfeit going into round 2. But I just left it in because I think it... Like, on reviewing it, I guess, it pretty clearly showed what you should be doing when, you know, someone puts that much pressure on you. Early on, you know, they played a Professor and a a Horson. So I mean, a lot of points came out very early and put a lot of early pressure on us. But you know, we didn't overcommit. I didn't drop down the Witchfinder or anything. We just kind of played to our strengths, that kind of thing. Just kind of took it from there. I think that's sometimes where people go a little bit wrong, is kind of feeling like they need to commit more than they actually do. And like losing on even really isn't the end of the world. And that was kind of a game where if I lost that round on even, I would be completely fine with it. Yeah. And so the reason for that is the way it's kind of played out, in that they played a lot of the power early on, and so going forwards into later turns, we have a bit of a resource advantage on them, which obviously really, really helps you out. But what's going on here then? You just want to dip out. You come down as an 8 but not a 9, which isn't great. You're also like a 5 or 6. So we can't get out of this in one turn without using our Vivaldi's Bank. I don't know how I feel about not being able to bleed. I think we maybe just use Vivaldi's Bank. For a... Oh, this isn't too great. I mean, this is...
Perhaps a different degree.
Yeah, this hasn't been amazing.
This world only two
I was kind of hoping we'd hit something a little bit higher, you know, spender-wise. Hoping that like maybe a Sea Jackal was near the top, and just as extra point, the extra coins from Vivaldi's Bank would just be enough for us to like tick it over. But the Sea Jackal was basically at the bottom, so it didn't exactly work out for us. Did not exactly work out. But it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. We can deal with this. We can definitely deal with this. Because we're at 4 coins, so we can literally just play a Confession Extractor. Gives us some nice value going forwards. And what we'll really need to do in this kind of matchup is we need to pick our time to go all in. We'll get our chance, but we definitely need to pick very, very carefully when we actually choose to do it. I think I don't feel confident bleeding here. This might be a big mistake. Maybe a big mistake, but I don't like any of our options here. That's not 9. That makes me wish I had now. Like, how good must our hand be to pass on 9? The problem is if we play like Executioner, then we're behind on coins still. We have Last Say, so I mean we could just go for a Jackal Last Say kind of thing. Alright, that's really unfortunate. We've missed some pretty good cards. Scoundrel's obviously very nice, especially with the Confession Extractors in the graveyard. And obviously Caesar would have been kind of nice onto Siggy, wouldn't he? But yeah, these things happen.
No good wine will come from here, not even compost.
Alright, so... I think Tax Collector's a nice little start. It offers them something up of like, okay, you can use a little bit of removal if you want, with the aims of using up the small removal, so when it gets to, you know, something like Freak Show coming down, they need to commit a little bit of something, a little bit more, if they want to deal with it. That is something I really like the idea of Professor in, to be honest. Puts us up to 9 coins. Tax Collector will start ticking. Kills in a simulator engine. Bert comes out. We're not going to get a better professor than that, to be honest.
I know the truth.
Yeah, so this is the whole... Okay, so they're going for coin generation. So the best thing we can probably do is just try and deny them ever a way of setting it up. This is going to be a problem as well. It's going to be a little bit of a problem. But we'll play the Witchfinder and just accept that. Yeah, there's like a chance they would hit this, but it looks like we got away with it. Got away with it scot-free.
Speak your mind. To the point.
Ah, that was your plan. That was your plan all along. I see. I see.
Oak makes for the best buyers.
So we're gonna get 4 coins from that. And you're obviously going to be a problem, but it is what it is. It is what it is. What we'll probably look to do is Reacher to deal with that, and I think they get told them that that's kind of a temporary problem. I didn't fancy expending much more.
None of them sit back and do nothing.
That's okay. That's okay. She's at 3. We can deal with that. Bit of that. I think we honestly need to start dealing with this as well. The boost now up to 5 doesn't have a great amount of value. And let's sit on this for now. Yen's fine. Yen is absolutely fine. So, confession extract is used up as well. What we'll do is we'll move the bounty here. Kill this off. Bleeding on you. And then she'll chuck a bounty back on this.
Kill me with poison. You'd have to drown me in
Yeah, so that's a Muriel's target if ever I've seen one.
Nothing turns my guts more than a filthy mage.
Just a peek. That is all I need.
Okay, so they have a kill for the Witchfinder. Fair enough. But we have a kill for that as well.
The job's a job.
Kill you. And with 3 coins, I mean, we'll probably just hold it. They do obviously have a very scary freak show coming.
Conquer these lands with our aid or without it. To the fires with them. To the fires.
That's fine. Yeah, they're going for a free show as a kind of finisher, for lack of a better word. So Siggy's going to come down. He's going to over profit by 6, so it goes up to 10. There's really no reason for us to over profit that high. So we'll put him to 9. That's right, isn't it? So 7 over profits by 3. It goes to a 7.
See me smiling.
Just because then that's a little more awkward for them to deal with points wise. Yeah, literally my point is waste a coin there. And sure, they get the 9 points of value here, but actually it messed up a little bit. But did we?
If the ring won't come off, just take the whole finger.
No, we didn't. I was just thinking we're gonna have a wasted coin, but then that would have meant we get one less of the like 3 point triggers on Sea Jackals. It worked out the same point. But yeah, I think that went pretty well. I think the sort of plan of a Sea Jackal finisher worked out pretty well, to be honest. We were never gonna go video about relics, were we? Alright, we'll see how it does in this matchup. I think this is all gonna come down to our round 3 hand and whether we can safely get to a round 3 without expending tons. And this hand doesn't make me feel too bad. Hand really doesn't make me feel too bad at all. Yeah, we're on blue coin. Don't like that, but I'll drop you. Yeah. The way we're gonna get out of this round is we need to get points ticking up quickly, very quickly, get our engines online. Because if we don't, things are gonna get very stupid very quick. And what we'll be looking to do okay. This is something I was going to talk about going into round 3. Was Wispess is one of the scariest cards because if they can play Brewess and Weavess before, this deals 6 damage, and that means we need to be at 9 coins when we play Freakshow so it doesn't get killed, but they've just opened with that.
7 years.
Are they running like an adder or like a natural selection for a kill onto that?
No, dwarves
Okay.
don't qualify for
Okay.
childcare
I mean, we don't look a gift horse in the mouth, do we? That's what I thought, you know, setting it to 3 so it would be 4 next turn so they could kill it. I'm going to play the Executioner, so we're up to 9 coins, and now we're getting into a turn, and the boat comes out. We can also play the Sewer Raiders next turn. We maybe use the 1 point of bleeding, just because reducing the points on their row has more value than us getting points. In that they really want to get tall.
I do not mince words. On principle.
I mean, locks.
Sewers for
Literally, their only answer to a freak shirt is realistically like Wispess, Thorogaray, and a Heat Wave if they're running it. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, so we're gonna get in 2 coins, 2 points, 4 points. They get Sabbath next turn. So the option is we play a Sea Jackal for and 12 point Sea Jackal means then we have 13 to 40 points. That gives them the opportunity to get 6 points from this, 30. Not a big ask, not a big ask. My fear is we're getting to that Sabbath point, and if they're running a She Who Knows, this would be the She Who Knows round. There it is. Yeah, my problem is we can't really do a great deal about that. What we can do, however, is if they dry pass on us, we do have morals. I don't think they dry pass on us. I think more likely they want to get a little something extra from us, I would imagine. Kurt is nice. I actually kind of like Kurt here. I don't think they dry... I was going to say, I don't think they dry pass here. It wouldn't make sense to dry pass. Yeah, we'll open Witchfinder here. Because there's a method to my madness, alright? Method to my madness.
Hey, hey, you are what you eat.
Mainly because next time we go coin, coin, Reals kill that. Lose a lot of their power from Sabbath. We lose the carryover for round 3. We're a card up. We know they have to play something here because they've just picked up the self here. It's not like they can just pass now. Quacks is going to pull. Not ideal. Not ideal. Not using that was a big mistake. Because we just go with a freak show now. Just absolutely snap those ones off. And we damage you. Then if they keep playing Fabian Hale onto She Who Knows, it's a 14-point play. I mean, that's fine. That's totally fine with us. Mainly because they can't do that again next turn. So, what are we doing to keep up on points? What are we doing to keep up on points? The Mutants Maker doesn't quite do it. I mean, realistically, it's Siggy, I think. Siggy plays as. But if we do this, Siggy plays as a 9.
Should be smiling. I'm dead serious.
And we pretty much have a board clear going into this, provided it sticks. Like, we have multiple ways to do this. If it comes to it, we can just Mariels and kill it. But there's a lot nicer of an answer here. So what we do is we damage you down to 1, and we'll want to kill you. And then we Fabian Hale onto you. Builds us back up on coins. Kill you. I think we sit on that. I think that's pretty good. I think that is pretty good, to be honest. Maybe should have held one of those, actually. Could have also damaged on the She Who Knows to kill it, but this is more fun, right? Will it have Sabbath, Chief? Will it have Sabbath? So yeah, we'll just sit on this, and then we probably just Mariels. Because they're looking to get to Sabbath. They really don't want to leave the round without Sabbath here. They've already committed into it. Leaving the round now is kind of suicide.
Blueberries, blueberries.
Yeah.
The lady of the woods.
The eternal fire casts a long
Yeah.
shadow.
Keep sometimes thinking that's Professor. Yeah. Dip out of there. So obviously there's a good old... What's his name coming? Koshi. Which is going to be a little scary. A little bit scary. But we've seen out Mamuna, we've seen out She Who Knows, we've seen out Quacks. Confession Extractors aren't too great, because we're only going to put 2 bounties on. Not exactly the hand we were looking for. I wouldn't have minded an Executioner, But we can get away with this one. We can definitely get away with this one.
You got a sea beast swimming in them breeches.
Because I reckon the way we're gonna go is we can play relatively passive until we see out the Koshi. Do we though?
Perhaps a different ingredient. An active one.
Yeah, we can wait a minute. We can wait a minute on this one. Rat catcheress
Malleable as clay.
isn't too bad. It's not too bad.
No, I don't nibble at them. They fall right out.
And if this lives, if this goes without Sabbath, pretty happy. Oh, I like this. I like this a lot, to be honest.
You shall confess all in due course.
That was actually really badly played, wasn't it? Oh my god, that was bad. Sometimes you just get lucky, don't you? I mean, in fairness, our round 3 hand was not good. Not good at all.
If the ring won't come, just take the whole finger.
But even with that, I mean, in fairness, what time's it here now? It's like nearly 1 o'clock. I'm a little tired, so I'm not going to play perfectly. But yeah, I personally think Jackpot is the way to go with Bounty. And hopefully this has shown it. So, as I say, if there is a video on Tuesday, it'll maybe be a little later. So, like, evening GMT kind of time, like 8 PM maybe. Maybe 10 PM, we'll see. If not, it'll be Wednesday. So, I'll catch you then.